Hi, I'm Angela Daugherty. Glad to be with you guys today, and I hope what I have to say is encouraging. I'd like to start out with a verse in Psalms 46:10 because I've heard the Lord speak this to me during this COVID quarantine. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. Even when you're confined to your home for 24 hours with your husband and maybe children, exclamation point. Sometimes we look forward to our spouse who works outside the home saying, honey, I'm home. But now it's like, honey, I'm home. Always, 24 hours, exclamation point. So during this quarantine, it's not just about managing your own anxieties or own fears or worries. It's also about managing the anxieties of someone you might live or who you live with. In my case, Mark's had a stroke, and so you worry about him. You worry about if he says he's going to Walmart. So you have all those things magnified, and probably if you have problems that maybe have been left unresolved, you have those too. I work outside the home, so my employer has restricted us from entering our building since probably the beginning of March. I go in once a week, therefore I work at home. I necessarily don't have a home office, it's my bedroom, and I think I'm annoying Mark way more than he is me because he has to hear me on phone conferences and on Zoom. And I was so frustrated last night and had to get out. I was out watering the yard at 10:30 and I could hear Mark saying, honey, where are you? And I was tempted not to answer, but I did. I was afraid he'd call the cops. So it's about finding ways to coexist too as Christians, as Christian couples with all their problems. And that sounds easy initially because you think, well, I live with them, I love them, we've been married 25 years, and most of you probably know it's not that easy. So I can't even speak to the families that are home from their jobs and they're also schooling their children. I told Mark this morning that if I still had school-age children and they depended on me to educate them via virtual, they'd probably be illiterate by the time they went back to school. So I will be praying for those with children. You're not going to escape squabbles, and we tend to put the big squabbles off, but now the squabbles become who squeezed the toothpaste from the top instead of the bottom? Who used the last paper towel and didn't fill the roll? Who used the last of the Charmin? And if it's like I was growing up, not me always did it. So that's who does it in our house. So I want to talk to you today just about maybe some practical ways to keep your sanity or keep your faith strong, keep fear out. And there's a saying many have heard that a problem shared is a problem halved. I have people that I text. I have a group of ladies I work with that we text, sometimes maybe jokingly, talking about our husbands in a nice way, of course. But there's things, and now in the era of virtuality, you have FaceTime, which I don't have, so I'm still old-fashioned. Text, phone call, FaceTime, Facebook. And as humans, we are wired to connect. And in John 13:35, it says, by this all will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. So take the time, if you're having a problem, having a bad day, to call. No matter how small it seems, call or text someone, and I promise 90% of the time when you talk that through with someone, all of a sudden your problems do not seem to be as large as they were once they started. I miss Grace. I miss my church family. I love you all. Be safe, stay well until we meet again.